Well, as millions of Americans travel for the holiday and summer vacation, the FBI is warning about a rampant cyber criminal group that is now targeting U.S. airlines. In a statement, the FBI says a network called Scattered Spider was behind the airline hacks. They also say once the group is inside a victim's network, they steal sensitive data and deploy ransomware. Joining us now to explain is JP Castellanos, cybersecurity expert and director of threat intelligence at Binary Defense. Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, Natalie. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you. Happy holiday. Happy 4th. Let's dive right in. First, can you tell us what is Scattered Spider and how dangerous are they?
Absolutely. So Scattered Spider is what we call a decentralized hacking collective, and they prove remarkably effective in, despite their members being quite young, as a matter of fact. They specialize in what we call social engineering and advanced phishing to deploy ransomware and conduct what's called data extortion that's been linked to several high-profile cyber attacks besides the airlines. This included MGM Resorts that happened a few years back. Now, originally, they've been focused on just targeting retail, but there's been also telecommunications, technology firms, and researchers report that we see that Scattered Spider is shifting now to airline and transportation. And what sets them apart is the attackers use sophisticated impersonation, pretending to be IT workers or employees or contractors to maintain persistence and boldness. And this ability allows it to infiltrate large organizations such as airlines. So that's basically the nexus of the group, or what they're about.
I mean, even that name is scary. Okay, so they pretend to be employees. How effective is this technique?
It's very effective, believe it or not. So like I mentioned earlier, they use social engineering tactics. So what they do is it seemed like a low skill attack where you're just impersonating someone. And it's very effective because you have this trust with another person. So what they'll do is they'll impersonate employees and they'll scam the help desk employees to get their passwords. And they do this with several methods. Not to be too technical, but they'll use something called SIM jacking, or they'll do what's called MFA fatigue, where you're going to get notifications of like, hey, change your passwords, or you have to access this particular system, and they fool you into thinking it's legitimate, and that's really the attackers impersonating employees.
So what are the vulnerabilities? Is it the data within the airline industry that are exploited by these cyber criminals?
So part of the problem is that airlines are uniquely exposed. Many carriers use legacy IT systems that are basically patched together with some newer technologies. And over time, coupled with like recent staff cuts at the government and aviation at the FAA, this has left some of these critical systems under-resourced. And this causes, of course, fragmented and difficult to defend environment for airline companies and employees. And because of this, airlines have to deal with so many routine IT issues. Cyber attacks can be easily overlooked until the damage is done.
And so is there advice that you can give people traveling this summer to keep themselves safe from these potential hacks or attacks?
Of course. I would say for passengers, there's no really defined way to stop them, but you can have some personal vigilance, which is very important. Check your flight status through airline channels, either your website or application. Sign up for any airline or text email alerts. Be skeptical, very, very skeptical of unexpected messages that are in your itinerary. These threat actors tend to send fake updates to take your credentials or steal your information. Also, monitor your credit cards for any loyalty accounts. Also enable what we say multi-factor authentication, or MFA, to stay alert for service interruptions. And if these attacks continue, we can see more of these in the future in the industry.
Okay, we got to be extra cautious. Thank you so much, JP Castellanos, Director of Threat Intelligence at Binary Defense. Appreciate you joining us this morning.
Have a good morning. Thank you.